Okay, Scarlet Briar, a brief. Scarlet Briar, the douchebag of Season 1, who actually destroyed Lion's Arch. And finally is rebuilt. Hey. Scarlet Briar, a brief by prior scholar Don. Okay, Scarlet Briar, 1304 to 1327. Solaric Cycle of Day.
There must be a cat nearby.
So she was 23 years old. Not really a firstborn, but almost. Her name upon awakening was Kiara, which she eventually rejected along with her roots. She worked with each of the Asuran colleges, allowing them to study her cognitive abilities while introducing her to advanced Asuran philosophies and knowledge. Other mentors trained her in more technical skills, including Baegarth, a Norn who now lives in Holbrack. Following her time with an Asura named Omad, she took the self-made name of Scarlet Briar and severed her ties to the Pale Tree and the Dream. Yes, Scarlet Briar, a very interesting character. Hopefully we will learn more about her later on. Hopefully we actually will be able to play through Season 1. Maybe sometime it will happen.
Why is everything here written in Crichton? All those loops and swirls make my hands ache.
The Might Warband report. Might Warband's first mission was an overwhelming success.
It only has one word for hunt.
They returned to the Farrar and settled in for an evening of celebration. And the card game well underway. Oh yeah, with the card game well underway. I like that the Charr play cards. Ketch stood. We've had our first mission. It's time to claim our names. I want Might Arm because I'm the strongest. Tyrell barred his fangs. Ha! I'm stronger than you. You think so, Tyrell? Prove it. Ketch swept the cards from the table and sat, raising his fist in an arm wrestling challenge. A wave of bets passed along the other warband mates, and the contest began. It continued for an hour with no winner. Sweat matted Ketch's and Tyrell's fur. The encouraging cheers dwindled away. The contest dragged on for another hour. The warband started a new card game on the floor. Another hour passed until one by one the Might Warband slipped away, bored. The fire went out and the cold crept in, chilling and icy. The two Charr remained in place, muscles straining. Jesus. Two veteran soldiers found them. They aren't moving, the one said, breathing steam into the cold air, and the other replied, you're right, I think they're dead. The old soldier shook his head, strong in arm but weak in mind.
There must be a cat
His warband mate said, yeah, you're quick to judge. You couldn't take it, sitting out here all night, freezing to death, locked in combat. You don't have the mental fortitude. Is that a challenge? Oh, Charr. Let's see. Noah's pet. Recounting. Noe, I suppose, was cold. White oak, she knew, had dropped leaves that would make a good blanket, and she hurried to gather some. She scooped armfuls into her cape. 1 scoop, 2 scoops, 3, a face. Read on. It wasn't dead, but it wasn't entirely alive. Oh, a face, I see. Noe eyed it, poked it, and whispered to it, but nothing woke it. Noe piled leaves around it. The creature was wounded and bleeding. No. Night threatened, so Noe lay down beside the creature and pulled her cloak over them both. Next morning, she examined the wound. I know what you need, P. As she searched for Weeping Milk Cap, she whispered greetings to Shagbark and Lady Fern. She crawled under Holly, but Milk Cap wasn't there. Then Noe saw Mildcap in a grove overrun with crates. Danger, she muttered. She kept to the grove's edge, whispered to Milk Cap, and took several of its heads. And then a crate threw a knife and caught her in the arm. Noe fled into dense undergrowth where the crate wouldn't follow. Milk-Cap could fix her injured arm, but she didn't use it. Milk-Cap was for her creature. She placed it on the creature's wound. The creature opened its eyes, blinked at Noe, and bit her hand. Its sharp teeth drew blood. Ugh. Don't be afraid, she told it. The creature passed out again. Noe cared for her creature. She stroked its ears and found the spot that made its rest easier. When you're better, my pet, she told it, we'll leave this place and have adventures together. Then one morning the creature opened its eyes. Afraid of another bite, Noe scooted back. Welcome back to the waking world, she greeted. I am Noe, and you're my pet. Her creature blinked. It blinked again and sat up. I'm not your pet, you stupid fern. It looked down at its wound and milk cap. Primitive, but effective. Noe's tiny creature stood on 2 legs, its ears perked out from either side of its head. I'm an Asura, not a pet, Noe smiled. Her creature said, I have to go. Noe watched her creature head off into the forest. Alright, she said. A heartbeat later, she scrambled up and followed it. My pet. That's really weird. Was that a Sylvari and an Asura then? Sort of Sylvari naively trying to make an Asura her pet and then it, ending up becoming the other way around. Ley line theory number 671. So the ley lines are these magical, I suppose, hubs of magic, gatherings of magic, above which waypoints are easily constructed. That's going back to the waypoints thing we learned earlier. Ley line theory 671 by Verzat, the College of Dynamics. The College of Dynamics, Synergetics, and Statics are the 3 main Asuran colleges. Anyway, the existence of ley lines has long been theorized, and they have had many names. In 1316, a Sylvari named Charr, alias Scarlet Briar, found proof.
Make my hands ache.
The humans say it's because Crichton
Yes,
is the
shut
most
up,
universal
Jesus.
language.
Okay, so
How can it be universal? It only has 1 word for hunt.
the other book over there, like the studies of ley lines or whatever it was called, must have been outdated because this one is actually more up to date, it seems. My own research suggests, supports
Must be
the
a cat
hypothesis
nearby.
that ley lines are currents of moving magical energies within the great sea of the eternal alchemy. Magic, like air or water, supports life and surrounds us, as air surrounds land-based creatures and water surrounds aquatic creatures. But it is not stagnant. It ebbs and flows in currents that swirl about us unseen and unfelt. There is evidence that the paths of these ley lines can be disrupted, changed, just as the path of a river can be changed when
There must be
obstructed.
a cat nearby.
Yes, so tapping into ley lines in order to achieve magical potency is a very
It's appreciated.
central thing, at least for Living World Season 1, when Scarlet Briar tried to do that very thing in Lion's Arch, which happens to be one of these ley line hubs. It is built on top of one of these ley line hubs, so she tried to use her huge drill to drill down to it, and actually managed to, which then awoke in one of the Elder Dragons. Anyway, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's that one. Recipe for rancidity. What's rancidity? Okay, 1 blob of ooze, 2 cups powdered juvenile termite legs, nice. 4 putrid cysts, 2 teaspoons squash extract, 2 3/4 cups all-purpose tomb dust, what? 3 teaspoons powdered nightmare cores, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 ogre toenail clipping, lovely, 1 3/4 cups harpy milk. Ugh. Prepare cooking fire so that the coals are just past their prime. Smear kettle with lard and dust with grave dirt. Ugh. In a mixing bowl, cream together blob of ooze and powdered juvenile termite legs. Beat in squash extract. Pop putrid cysts and add pus to mixture. Discard cyst skins. Carefully sift tomb dust, removing 1 bone fragment, teeth or insects. Ugh. In a separate bowl, combine tomb dust, powdered nightmare cores, and salt. Add to creamed mixture alternately with harpy milk. Mix well. Pour batter into prepared kettle. Hold the ogre toenail clipping between thumb and forefinger. Press it into the center of the mixture, being sure it goes deep, but not so deep as to touch the bottom of the kettle. The toenails should hover at the very center of the potion and will exude its putrescence from there. Cover and place kettle over coals. Allow it to sit for 28 days. Let coals burn out. Do not overcook. Reside the temptation to peak before the end of the fermentation cycle, or you will halt the process. Ignore any strange noises or pleas for release coming from the kettle. Pour liquid rancidity into crystal vials for transportation. Do not allow the potion to touch your skin. Do not test the potion on anyone who matters to you, including yourself. Keep children and pets away. Dosage 6 drops. Deliver oral or durable. Number of servings 33. Shelf life 3 moon cycles.
There must be a cat nearby.
So if you want to become rancid, do that. Jesus. Okay, 1 before history sonnet. Is this like a Shakespearean sonnet by Lord B. Campbell?
It's appreciated.
First in the series of sonnets accounting of the ways in which the true gods bless and keep us, revealed to the poets through fancy's revelation, and the efficacious application of mead. 1 before history. Behold, before the light of history, the 5 true gods watch over the world they've wrought. Young races chase across the new landscape,
Why is everything
while
here written
one
in
surveys
All those
the world
loops and
through conscious
swirls make my
thought.
hands ache.
Humanity,
Humans say
bereft
it's
of
because
magical
Trident is the
gifts,
most universal
uncloaked in
How could it
armor,
be
unarmed in the night,
It only has one word for hunt.
though wielding only knowledge, slowly shifts the course of history from dark to light. The gods take pity on his helpless child, this weak creation struggling in the wild. I didn't do that justice, did I? Jesus.
You have time for a tricky translation?
I'm in between assignments.
Okay,
What do you have for
we
me?
have just a couple of left now.
Battle against the great
Varachar Fell's notebook.
That might contain a wealth of knowledge. What's the
I
problem?
want to read it, damn it.
Must be a cat nearby.
There we go. Discovered frozen in ice, this book contains encrypted notes. No one knows exactly what it is for, who wrote it, or even how long ago it was. Ah, damn it, look at this. I should really look this up, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. Because this is like an encrypted message that Arena gave. So I'm actually gonna check this out. Hang on. Alright, so I'm reading the wiki now, and I've heard of this. This is sort of an encrypted message and a reference back to Guild Wars 1, I think. And it says on the wiki, this book is a reference to Kirsch, the likely writer of the notebook, and his quest chain that ends in Varachal Fells, the path to revelations, in Guild Wars 1. The substitution cipher used in this book is also used in the above quest, and from Guild Wars 1. So that's how you can decipher this message. And if you have, translates to, I believe Varachar Fells will be my tomb, for I have no desire to leave this valley of tumbled gods. The facets have been revealed, and the cipher as well. I have mastered them. A greater understanding of the eternal alchemy is within my reach. Human gods, Charr gods, Norn animal totems, they are part of the all-encompassing eternal alchemy. I am humbled as never before by the grandeur of it, and by my own ability to conceive such vastness. That's pretty cool. And I think that Wooden Potatoes has made a lengthy video discussing this very thing. And you can just check that out if you want to, because I'm not an expert at this. Okay, Discourse on a Tome. 1075 after Exodus. Transcribed by scholar B.T. Kett during a panel on the Tome of Rubicon during the annual German Priory Conference on Ancient Texts. 1075. Scholar Eunice Blackloom. I maintain the implausibility of it. The great dwarf's prophecies are the blusterings of a bored super being, assuming the tome isn't a forgery. The Tome of the Rubicon, I think, was the dwarven tome which, when Red turned the dwarf as a race into the great dwarf in order to go underground and fight the destroyers and Primordus. Something like that. It's a huge deal. Okay. And this is obviously a doubter, it seems. You deny there are magical configurations of which you know nothing. How can we ignore the warnings? The great destroyer may well rise one day. That's Primordus.
Must be a cat nearby.
Blackloom, to consider for one moment that some great destroyer would rise, much less destroy all of Tyria? Preposterous. Such an event could never happen. Fleck. Okay. Prophecies are inherently misleading. I do not... Prophecies. the Guild Wars 1. I do not propose that we should take it literally. Of course, the Great Destroyer will not rise, and the dwarves will not at all be destroyed. Black
All
Loom,
those
then
loops
what are you
and swirls
proposing?
Make my hands ache.
I would
The
suggest that an
humans say it's
earthquake will
because
destroy the
private
dwarven
is
holdings and they will be forced to
How can it
move,
be
rebuild and
universal?
renew themselves.
It only
Rebirth
has one
of sorts.
word for hunt.
I must admit, your theory has merit. Close the book. I don't know, is that like a reference to climate change doubters nowadays? I don't know. And lastly, we have 2, Duena's Blessing. Oh, so that was the first sonnet before history, and now we have the second one.
Follow the trail where it leads.
There we go. By Lord B. Campbell again. Second in a series of sonnets accounting for the ways in which the true gods bless and keep us, revealed to the poet through fancies, revelations, and the efficacious application of mead. The breath of Duena carried on the breeze bestows her first gifts, health and
There must be a
loyalty.
cat nearby.
The hero whispers chants for her to ease his journeys over land and over sea. The winds converge in form of town, and then her healing sunlight,
It's
cast down
appreciated.
from on high, cures sickness, healing wounds, and once again her children ready as the night draws nigh. Humanity accepts a future shown. We need not wander hopeless and alone. That's nice. A very nice sonnet on Duena there. Lovely. And that's all of these ones. Christ, this took a while. Holy shit. But it was interesting. Well done. Thank you. Okay, here we go. I think that's all we can get from the Durmand Priory right now, actually. As I said, if we were a Durmand Priory character, we'd be able to get more from this place, but we'll make sure to make up for it when we actually go to the Order of Whispers specific places later on. I can't wait to get to level, what is it, like 40 when you actually choose your order? Was it 30? Is it actually in 5 levels from now? Ah, look at this handsome Sylvari. Very nice. Okay, there we go, that's it. It's the Durmand Priory. All we can do now, for now at least, and then as I said in season 2 of the Living World, we will go back here and holy shit we will learn more stuff. Who's this? Priory Scholar.
Search for knowledge.
I'm lucky I've been stationed at Priory headquarters. The air is thick with knowledge. I can almost feel it. Smells like mouldering paper to me. Meh.
Knowledge is power.
Was it moulding? No, mouldering. This is good because I actually learn English from this as well. Okay, actually, I think that's going to be it for this very short playthrough because I want to make sure that, well, hello. I want to make sure that I actually do this correctly with the webcam and stuff. So I'm checking out this new layout and stuff. Hopefully you like it. If not, just leave a comment and I'll change it. I am at your disposal, people. Let's speak to just this Quaggan as well. Cool. Quaggan's happy to see you. If Quaggan sells enough special potions, Quaggan can finally afford hair plugs. Hang on, what? Hair plugs? What's that? Let's see what you have. Triple luck tonic. Wealth, fame and power. A recipe for success. One drink gives you what most people can't achieve in a lifetime. Well, screw it. Let's have some of that. What did this do? Rotten luck. Time left, 1 minute and 54 seconds. Alright, there we go. On that note, I'm feeling a bit dizzy. But yeah, that was the Durmand Priory. Sorry for my daft reading. But yes, we'll continue with Lorna's Pass later on. Thank you for watching, everyone. And me and Subtlenose both say bye.